Let's start. Roll sound. Camera. Action.
Sir, please introduce yourself.
My name is Akhilesh Bhargav and I am the business and finance editor of HW News.
When was the first time you heard of Harshad Mehta?
I heard about Harshad Mehta almost when I was growing up in the 90s.
How was the market like when Harshad Mehta came into the scene?
You know, professionals like us were very young at that point of time when Harshad Mehta came on the scene. There was a very different energy, there was a different euphoria, there was a different sense of optimism when he was at that time straddling the market.
So the first time I met Harshad Mehta was in 1991. I do know that he wanted to put his point across on theory. Even if I was a small, just about a trainee journalist, who's getting out in the field, he wanted to impress upon me what his thought process was.
वैसे तो like Harshad Mehta was a stock broker, but then भगवान के जैसे थे, हर एक उस रिटेल ट्रेडर के लिए जिसको मार्केट में से पैसा बनाना था।
हर्षद मेहता वो शख्सियत है जिसे हम एक विलन के रूप में याद करते हैं, एक जेट सेटर के रूप में याद करते हैं, एक ऐसे व्यक्ति के रूप में याद करते हैं जिसने कि हिंदुस्तान की इकोनॉमी को एक वक्त में ऊंचाइयों पर पहुंचाया और उसी वक्त में उसने धड़ाम से गिरने पर मजबूर भी किया।
You know, the Harshad Mehta story is beyond the stock markets and it caught the fancy of an entire generation. The younger generation felt that you may come from nowhere, but you can still pursue your dreams.
Personally, when I was in college, I got the project on the guy called Harshad Mehta and the scams in India. For me, it was a first inspiration and a first kick to the stock market कि भैया अपने को भी वैसा कुछ करना है जैसा उसने किया.
I think he got into the market in 1980. By 1990, he was the big bull of the market.
वो टाइम पे ट्रेंड ही वही था कि हर्षद मेहता की नज़र कौन से स्टॉक्स पे थी. उन्होंने ऐसा एक ऑरा क्रिएट किया था कि वो सही है, बाकी सब गलत है.
He was a man who was willing to tell the world, I made money and I'm rich. He came on the cover of the magazine to say that here are my riches. I still remember that picture of his on the worldly sea face with his Lexus in the background. It was never done so far. You never had an industrialist in India who came and said, why don't I tell you how I made the money?
His fraternity liked him in a way because they knew that he was responsible for this bull run, but they were also uncomfortable with his ostentation.
How did Harshad Mehta meet his downfall?
He was always in the media, right? Whether it was for his car or his house or his tips that he gave people in the markets. Had he not been in the media or in the limelight so much, things would have worked out better for him.
न्यूज़पेपर वाले छापते हैं बिग बुल. बिग बुल एसबीआई का 500 करोड़ लेके फरार. मतलब मैं एसबीआई का 500 करोड़ खा गया. भाई खाना ही होता तो सिर्फ 500 करोड़ खाता क्या? हैं?
हम भी उसे जब देखा करते थे तो हम सोचते थे कि इस आदमी ने क्या ऊंचाइयां हासिल की है, और जब उसका मामला खुला तो हमें महसूस हुआ कि ये ऊंचाइयां हासिल करने के लिए इस तरह की तिकड़मबाजियां तो जरूरी होती हैं.
I repeatedly questioned my husband sometimes that whether he was wise in investing in the Bombay Stock Exchange, not just in the scripts recommended by Harshad Mehta and his company Grow More, but many of these companies actually were shell companies. People who created those companies was to dupe innocent customers.
और ऐसा नहीं था कि ये चीज जो है वो अकेला ही कर रहा था, लेकिन हर्षद मेहता अकेला फंसा.
No, everyone was like a blind eye to Harshad Mehta. The reason was very simple that everyone was making money. जब पैसे बन रहे हैं फिर डिटेलिंग में किसको फर्क पड़ता है कि क्यों पैसा बन रहा है, कहाँ से क्या हो रहा है.
जब सबको प्रसाद बंट रहा है तो सब देवता का जय जयकारा कर रहे थे. जब प्रसाद बंटना बंद हुआ तो लठबाजी भी शुरू हुई.
How big was the scam?
Inflationary, if you compare it today, it's close to around 20,000 crore rupees. So this was the biggest scam that was done by a single person way back in the 90s.
The most interesting part of the Harshad Mehta scam was its fallout. He became the fall guy.
Market crash ho gaya! Market crash ho gaya! Market crash ho gaya!
After the scam broke out, senior bankers were sacked. The Vijaya Bank chairman is reported to have committed suicide. NHB chairman MJ Firwani was out. Mark Bandhu, the chairman of UCO Bank, was gone. The fact of the matter is, they were all into it.
What were you doing when the scam happened?
So when the crash happened, I was already invested in the market. I saw my savings disappear and my investment disappear in no time. हमारा वो time पे family income was only from the stock market.
Almost all our hard-earned money was down the drain. My late husband was in shock as he had invested a lot of money, more than 13 lakhs, led to anger bouts and frustration, and he developed high BP, which led to his eventual early death.
We heard about stories के लोग घर पे पहुँचे नहीं है, घर के पहुँचने के पहले few people have committed suicide.
आज के टाइम पे ऐसा कहा जाता है कि लाइक बीएससी में जितनी सीढ़ियां है उतनी लाशें वहां पर है. So maybe that's true.
The web series Scam 1992, the Harshad Mehta Story, brought back a lot of sad memories, and I couldn't help crying sometimes when I remembered what we had gone through.
The Harshad Mehta Story is a cautionary tale. It is not only a story about a man's rise and fall and then his complete disintegration. It is also about systemic rot, and it's about how the system that creates Harshad Mehta, that allows people like Harshad Mehta to scam it, has not changed. And it is a story of a rare, honest journalist trying to bring about the truth of our system through Harshad Mehta.